50,000 सब्सक्राइबर्स हो गए. नाउ ऑन टू 75. मैं रुकने वाली तो हूं नहीं, तो जो लाल रंग का सब्सक्राइब बटन है उस पर क्लिक करें एंड दैट बेल आइकन नेक्स्ट टू इट. जैसे ही नया रिव्यू आएगा सबसे पहली नोटिफिकेशन विल कम टू यू ओनली यार. There is a moral debate to be had about using real life tragedy to tell a story for personal gain and profit. But if that story has remained largely untold for nearly 40 years, how else do you ensure it reaches people and is safe for posterity before it's forgotten? By making a film. Hey all, my name is Sucharita. Welcome back to my channel. यहाँ मैं मूवी रिव्यू करती हूँ, फिल्मों की बातें करती हूँ. So please do subscribe if you like my work. आज बात करते हैं अली अब्बास जफर की नई फिल्म के बारे में, दिलजीत दोसांझ in and as जोगी, now streaming on Netflix. I'm going to add a trigger warning here. In this review, I will be talking about violence against Sikhs that's been depicted in the film. Now, as the film opens, text on the screen tells you it's 1984. And for someone who went into this movie with a very basic idea of what it's about, I'm kind of weird about staying away from trailers and most promotions if I can help it. My heart immediately began beating faster. Writer-director Ali Abbas Zafar and writer Sukhmani Sadana, sensing this response, then take you within a Sikh family home to paint a picture of the perfect morning over a breakfast table. पराठे चल रहे हैं और शाम को प्रभ के बर्थडे पार्टी की प्लानिंग भी. But because you know that this is months after Operation Blue Star, as audience you're also painfully aware that this birthday party will never come. And from the first scene, you want to protect this happy family from impending danger they know nothing about. This feeling of wanting to protect is then concentrated and manifested as Jogi, who within the next few hours will have to collect all his agencies to fight and flight both as politically motivated violence against Sikhs breaks out in Delhi. Jogi the film is a searing retelling of the incidents that unfolded over the next few days and how the bravery of a few people helped save the lives of many. I don't claim to know a whole lot about Diljit Dosanjh's acting career outside of the handful of Hindi films he's been in, but combined with his off-screen persona of an honest person rooted in reality despite his riches, you can't help but have a certain sense of loving admiration for the guy. Perhaps aware of the effect he has on his audience, he uses it as a jumping off point into creating and stacking layers of a character who by all means easily could have become the Hindi film hero stereotype, the kind Ali Abbas Zafar films tend to have.
कोई रास्ता नहीं था बेबी.
Instead, Jogi is a man without answers and without much understanding of what's going on, something he remains till the end of the film. Extremely uncharacteristic of the leading man. Diljit is terrific in the lead role. He doesn't give into melodrama, he's holding back. There's a fear in his eyes, particularly in one scene at a warehouse where the stakes are highest. It's so palpable, you can feel the man's very soul quake. As rows upon rows of Sikh homes are burnt down by mobsters and a genocide begins to take shape, Jogi is joined by his childhood friend, Ravinder, played by a scene-stealing, excellent Mohammad Zishan Ayub. Ravinder is the very cop from the area who has been handed a voter list of Sikh families that need to be targeted on the taxpayers' money. Another childhood friend, Kaleem Ansari, played by Paresh Pahuja, provides them with trucks for them to transport people. The commonplace Indian truck, a home away from home for truck drivers, many of whom are from Sikh communities, then transforms into a force field, a private citizen's impenetrable protective shield against much stronger powers. This is not just a transportation vehicle anymore, it's a tank. And before you realize it, you're watching a road movie, a journey on which Jogi is forced to reckon with his suddenly upturned life and how he will choose to now live it. Julia's background score respectfully underlays some really horrific moments. Remember the one scene in Lal Singh Chadda which had the most heart and anguish, that of Mona Singh cutting a young Lal's hair to save him from the mob? Jogi features a more devastating version of the same, cinematically speaking, which is but one of many heartbreaking visuals throughout the film. Hitin Tejwani, Amira Dastoor, Neelu Kohli have small but tremendously significant roles to play. They're all responsible for influencing a different shade of Jogi's personality. They're all immediately around him and within him at the same time. He carries them in his heart. A heart that is suddenly burst open, everything is spilling out. While I'm not the biggest fan of flashback sequences only for a romantic story to be told, here the occurrence wasn't that much of an offender, primarily because the song Tafriya, composed by Sameeruddin Din, sung by Neha Bhasin, Devinder Pal Singh, written by Shelley. Cute song, so nice. It acts as a welcome balm to a hurting heart, even as you know what happens after a song in a flashback sequence gets over, especially in a tragedy film. Writers Sukhmani Sadana and Ali Abbas Zafar keep the screenplay simple and mercifully devoid of cliches. There are no unnatural declarations of valor. There's no cheesy, tub-thumping superhuman soliloquy about the win of good over evil. The film's main concern is with showing us a shameful time in recent Indian history where men turned against men for very little reason, none of it justifiable. Kumud Mishra is Tejpal, a senior politician in control of a section of Delhi police, and he's, for all intents and purposes, the main villain on screen. He seems to be getting his orders from some mysterious higher-up. We're never told who it is. Instead, the focus seems to be on generating a sense of foreboding within the viewing audience. This whole thing seemed too easy to orchestrate. Can this happen again? Could something like this happen to people I know? Is this already happening and society has evolved to learn to look the other way? In this whole melee of people dealing with the crisis selfishly and selflessly, which one do you most identify with? You can watch Jogi on Netflix, and if you subscribe to my channel here, is Hafte, I've also spoken about the mind-blowing, most amazing, absolutely ridiculous movie of the year. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you. Bye.